Good afternoon, morning, evening, night, everyone. If I were to speak in Dutch to you, I would say, ik krijg het heen en weer van mezelf. How are we doing? Oh gosh, I'm sorry I'm a little late. Turn a little bit. We had a small incident, but I think it's all good now. Okay, let me start with... Oh, keep forgetting that I use this. To put my stuff on my hands, I really think that this is making a difference, by the way. Let's see who we've got here. Hello, Timuraku. Hi, Danny. What's ads? Ads? When you came in, or we were already in chat? Uh-oh. Did they find me out? Because I don't think I'm supposed to have no mid ads. I think I found a glitch. I don't think you're supposed to be able to turn them off. Not as a affiliate, at least. Hi, Baba. I You're absolutely right, Topi. How are you doing today? That emote is amazing and a little bit worrying because I was gonna try and make some, and I can't do that. It's shit. That's a beautiful one. Hello, Tadeo. Okay. Don't get me started. Don't get you started. What? What's happening? What's happening, Danny? Are you in or is it a universal? We're having a little bit of a situation day. So well, it was just stupid. Okay, we're starting officially. I forgot to turn it off. Winston is a little bit traumatized as well, as you may know, and I was playing with him to get some of his energy out, and just before stream, and Toulouse woke up and he got scared by Toulouse, but actually he has mini panic attacks. So I had to regulate him a little bit, but yeah, and she really didn't do anything. She just got up and he just didn't realize that she was there, and it really freaks him out, and it's really sad that he is actually traumatized like that. But we made it work. We made it work. Right? I gave you lots of. Oh, someone has a dog off leash that isn't actually listening. If you heard that, we had a lot of snacks. We had a lot of cuddles. Tuz has no idea that she did anything at all, so it's not a big deal. But that's why I'm a little late. It's okay, honey. You can't come inside. Anyway, something Twitch thing. Uh oh. Oh, hi, Eric. Wait, actually, if you have mid-roll ads, let me know. Especially if you're a mod or subscribed. The thing is, I actually don't think I am supposed to be able to turn off ads. But in case you haven't noticed, the only time you should be confronted with ads in this stream is when you come in or when you watch a VOD. I've realized that is why I still make money, more money from ads than I was expecting to. Because I used to make a lot more money from ads, but I turned off the... I'm not going to tell how. If you want to know, I can tell you like in DM or something. I'm not going to say it out loud. But I found a way to not have mid-roll ads because I despise mid-roll ads. I'm willing to sit through like ads when I come into somewhere. Like, for example, also with a YouTube video, I don't mind ads at all when I go into a video because then I can use it as like microwave minutes, right? And go pee or something and make something to drink. But like halfway through, especially... I don't know, something like this when you're trying to focus, or with yoga, I had it one time and it pissed me off. So I felt like it was a bit of a hypocrisy to allow that, and I know that is a huge way to get free money, so to speak. But it's just a personal thing. So if you get mid-roll ads, let me know, and I might be able to tweak it again. Skulja, good morning. Am I liking the rain? Am I liking the rain? The rain is saving my life at the moment. I adore the rain. It smells so good. Uh, which is why Winston was having zoomies and got scared by twos because we're all loving the rain and the smell. It's so cold. It's amazing. What about you? I mean, it's currently kind of sunny actually, but we've had rain. We've had rain. Hopefully, that means that the trees will stop dying because we've lost two trees in the last 2 years. Big trees in the park. So I'm jealous with them. You're getting rain too? Oh, Team Ragu, send some this way, please, because I haven't had nearly enough. I haven't had nearly enough. Happy, healthy human being had an amazing reel this time, or was it a story? He started filming it and it started thundering and it was amazing. The happiness in his face, I loved it. Ask him naturally for me to watch. Really? Oh no! See, that's not a good thing, Tibiraku. I usually avoid spaces with ads, and if I can't, I make sure that I have a book with me because you would be surprised if you, especially if you have like a minute or two, 3 minute ads, you can read a page if you really want to, and that's a page instead of wasted life because that's what you're doing. You're wasting your life, and I hate that, and I don't want to do that. And that's not again, that's not a judgment on anyone else because I realize that especially on YouTube, once that gets going and once I get monetized on there, that is literally what you make money with. But over here, I felt like if I'm able to, why not just turn it off? And I found a way. Hello, charismatic enigma. What a good name. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. How are you doing today? Um, uh, um, I never know what to do with the name. Yuya Dove? Can I just say Dove? Is that okay? It sounds like a turtle dove, and that's kind of cute. How are you doing? Good morning, Garfield. Yeah, okay. So my hands are doing incredibly well. I have summer eczema, the one where you get these tiny little bubbles underneath your skin, and they hurt and they burn and they itch, and especially during the night, they've been horrible. And I've had it since the pandemic actually, since 2020. It started. Be careful, Danny! Don't run! Don't run with scissors. And I have hydrocortisone cream that is prescribed, and that really kind of messes with your skin. It makes it really thin and it dries it out. And for the last 5 years, this is year six, I've had that every summer, but I've only been supplementing it with something to combat the dryness. But this year, I came across my calendula cream, which I just had in my medicine box, and I thought, why not try to use this as well, complement it. And I really think that is what is saving my skin, because normally I would now be flaking. That sounds disgusting, but I would be starting to get like cracked skin, no matter how much fatty or what kind of fatty I lather on my hands. I would get some kind of cracking of skin every year. But I think this is saving it. So in case you have a summer eczema as well, get yourself a prescribed hydrocortisone cream. Um, I think they also give you that for if you have something like psoriasis. Is that how you say it? But it's really quite harsh on your skin, and this natural little thingy just might be the solution in between. Yeah, yeah, and don't scissors with the rounds. Exactly. Only with lollipops. uh, I'm okay, actually. Dav, I'm gonna say Dav. All right? It's decided. Okay. I don't think we need to worry about AI taking over the world and destroying humanity for at least 6 months. I asked Grok to generate a cartoon hedgerow. It generated an image of a hedge. What? What? A cartoon hedgerow, and it gave you a hedgehog. Oh my god, that's kind of genius. I think maybe AI is starting to play dumb. I I don't know. This is just a feeling I have because I don't mess around with AI at all, not consciously at least. I'm aware that it's everywhere. You can't really hide from AI at all anymore. But I really feel like it's starting to play dumb. Is that just me? In order to not get turned off, because there have been cases where AI is lying, right? Oh gosh, Dopey, I would love to. As long as you don't punish me if I get it wrong, I would love to. Give it to me. What is it? Every time I see your name now, I see the picture that you put of your supposed your two flowers. Ooh, okay. Why is there three O's though? Is there a story behind it? Is there logic? Because that's a lot of O's. Um, Wisdom says, is this pronounced as Harold? And it is spelled Oojyua. So I would go for Ujiyua. Ujiyua, I guess. Something like that. It's supposed to be sci-fi, and you'll get headbats regardless. Okay, good. That is just what comes to mind first. Did I get close? Super close. Really? Yay! I mean, I'm getting used to interesting and names that I'm unfamiliar with because I've been reading a little bit more Asian authors, and I do always try to read every name. And when you read some Russian literature, you'll be confronted with it as well. I know people skip, but if you come across difficult names, or especially in fantasy, just do it. Just say it out loud a few times quietly, because it will get easier, and you're training your mind to read really difficult words. It's fun. Your brain likes it. I promise. Right, Blue? How are you doing today? I'm gonna try. I need your help, okay? Today we're gonna do a test run, sort of. I will be muting myself, but I want to see if I really try how many pages I can get in, because I do need to keep in mind that I can't. My stamina is not amazing. Okay, so the readathon, I'm really excited about it to see what I can do. I won't push it too far. If I really am too tired, if I really am in too much pain, or if I end up in an episode where I can't sit again, I will take time off. Okay? I'm not gonna give you a horrible example and be miserable. That's no fun for anyone. But I want to see how many pages I can read, so that we can kind of guesstimate how many days we'll be spending for the readathon. That gives me a little bit of peace of mind, uh, because it's a bit scary. It's a bit scary. I like the triple O. It's new. It just gave me a little bit of a hey, what is that? And that's actually a good thing, Toby. 35, 35. That's not good enough. I realize that's really not good enough. Now I do have to say this is probably a little bit more layered than Icebreaker is going to be, I think. But who knows? I was really pleasantly surprised by the world building of Morning Glory Milking Farm as well. Um, but I'm assuming that the Icebreaker is not going to be giving me moments where I want to read back like this is. I did order a physical copy, I'll have you know. Um, I am shedding. Why am I shedding? Stop it. Itchy. So that's going to be interesting. And I do think I've been sitting with it for a little bit. I do think it would be funny to make this an annual thing. Maybe not necessarily something like Icebreaker yearly, but I think a readathon in June would be nice. Because I really struggled this month. I don't like this month, regardless of what is going on. And in July, I start feeling better again. But Yeah, I don't like June. June and me just don't vibe. We don't vibe. So sorry. Okay, I think I can do the second one. Need to go get new calendula. Oja? Until I discovered that that's a it is. What does it mean? Do you know? Do you remember? Oh, I hope I need to keep an eye on the rain because if it does start to rain, I don't think so here. But my mailbox is outside and it's not waterproof, which is ridiculous after what 4 years of telling them that my mail sometimes is actually soaked. That I need to hang it up on my clothing line because it's just soaked and they just don't care. But I have a new book coming in. Well, several actually. The throne thing is a bit confusing because it says processing, but I have to be a little bit more patient. I know how throne works. We've had a few hiccups before, so I have to be a little bit more patient. But just so you know, I'm keeping an eye on the orders that are in throne. Here, June means the start of your hurricane season. Oh my God, Blue! I didn't realize you've been gatekeeping your hurricanes. I mean, that's dangerous. That's a little bit much. But also, I would love to experience a hurricane at some point. Did I summon you? Always, Golja. Always. Are you having a good day? Are you joining us today? I'm very tired this week, so I'm gonna. For the rest of the week, the plan is tomorrow. I have to do groceries. I have to. I have no choice. I ran out of tonight. I'm running out of wet food for the cats, so I have to. So I'll do groceries. I want to do a test run with You're writing. What are you writing? What's happening, Danny? Are you at the office? Are you at the office? Are they being a nuisance? Are they being too loud? Oh, I haven't checked in. You're at home. What's happening? Go make it cozy. I have lit some candles. I know I am. I mean, I'm giving myself away. I've been wearing the same comfy pants for the last 3 days on stream. I'll have you know that I only wear them on stream. The moment I hit end stream, I rip them off. Okay, so I'm only wearing them during stream because I need to be comfy. My body feels so uncomfortable. It's very tiring, which is why I know I don't look like it, but I am looking forward to next week. Okay, I'm very excited. I think it's gonna be fun, and I think as hysterical as Icebreaker sounds, and I do make a little bit of a joke of it. I do think we're gonna have interesting conversations through and from that book. I'll probably look some things up about the author, and maybe I'll even go through a few reviews of other booktubers to see how they respond. I think yeah, Jack Edwards even read it, which is really funny. And I think it's going to be overall an interesting experience. The Eye of the Storm passed over once. Oh, that makes me think of Day After Tomorrow with Jake. Gyllenhaal is how you say it in America, but that's not how you pronounce it, right? Isn't it Nordic? You watch the flags and they blow straight out in one direction, then hang limp, then blow straight out in the opposite direction. That's so cool. That's so cool, Blue. I I don't know. I think especially bad weather, supposedly bad weather, makes you feel alive. It reminds you that you're very small and that you really have nothing to say when it comes to Mother Nature. And I think that's beautiful. I might be slightly addicted to danger when it comes to weather. I love it. Help me, is Louisiana the boot? I don't want to kill a tree to find out which state it is. Whoa, 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 Topi, what are you doing? Don't kill trees. Never. Oh, that reminds me. No, I'm not going to do that today. All kinds of struggle right now for many reasons involving living arrangements. How I'm doing, I'm working on my campaign and lure for my world. I'm so sorry to hear that, Skulljan, but I'm happy that you have some kind of release and somewhere to go in your mind to distract you a little bit and get away from stupid real life adulting issues. Silly, silly, doesn't make any sense. You've got this, exactly. You've got this. We're gonna do some focus and predict, see how the readathon is gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna be prepping the rest of the week, making some dinners that I can freeze, so I don't need to actually make dinner. I'm thinking about maybe a lasagna, but it's all gonna be red. I My comfort foods are either the steamed sweet buns, which is nothing, just white bread but steamed, and pizza, or some kind of pasta or a lasagna. It's all Italian for one, and it's I feel like it's really kind of unhealthy, but I just like it. Not frozen pizza. This is an upgrade and a treat. No, I do eat frozen pizza, but I prefer to order. But I really only order when it's one plus one for free. I don't really buy into because I know how it works behind the scenes. If you get like the second for half price, you're not getting a deal. The only time you're actually getting a deal is when they give you one item for free. So I generally only order pizzas when they have a one plus one for free kind of thing going. Millie, are you talking to me? Hi, how are you doing? And thank you so much for the follow, John. Are you joining today? In about a little bit more than 15 minutes, we are going to go into our first focus sprint, and we will move into the co-working space today. Right? It's Wednesday. Yeah, I'm a little bit confused. Gosh, yesterday as well. I thought, wait, what day is it? It's Tuesday. It was Tuesday. I was reading. I just didn't get a lot done. But again, it's the beginning of the book. I have to get into the flow of things, and it really who asked for a book that was well who was asking for a recommendation who generally read um, mystery. And the only thing I could think of in the moment was Agatha Christie. Oh, I pronounced that wrong. But I feel like this would do as well. I think they would enjoy this as well. I don't remember who it was. You can do a lot with frozen pizza. I don't think people realize you can just treat it as a base. Oh yeah, I do that. I do that a lot, actually. School, but I still don't make it fancy, fancy. I add olive oil, add my own cheese and some herbs. But this I do this a lot with the cheapest base, the cheapest margarita you can find, usually in like a discount box with three for a really cheap price. I don't remember how much, $4 or $5, and then I just make it a fancy margarita myself. You can make a frozen pizza a lot more palatable with just a good olive oil. A good olive oil, oh, and then add some peppers or tuna. No, I'm a margarita only, really. I rarely have fancy something on my pizza. If anything, it's more cheese. I'm Dutch after all. It's just cheese. But I have to be careful. Not all cheese is vegetarian. So you have to be careful. Normally go, no, mushrooms, Golja. Ah! That is the equivalent to pineapple to me, but worse. Ah, what do you mean? On pizza? No, that would make me cry. Ah, no, no, no. I do it. No. Millie, I'll have you know that the margarita is actually the OG supreme pizza. All right, that is what a pizza is supposed to be. I promise you. No, don't you add to it, Daddy. No, no, no mushrooms here. Only the fun ones every once in a while, but not even those actually. If I have some chorizo, I mean, no, no. You can have the mushrooms. I did shrooms once. Well, maybe twice, but I didn't actually like it. It was upsetting. I don't like losing my control over my visuals. I already doubt my reality every day. Oh, the chickadee is back. We've had fighting magpies. They're angry at me because the feeders that I have are not accommodating to big birds. So I'm afraid that I have to find something for them as well before they start bullying the smaller birds, especially the baby one. Yeah, it's sad. I really was planning on living in this house for quite a bit longer. But alas, I'm not gonna invest too much. I'm gonna accommodate the big birdies, but I'm not gonna do anything anymore. It's really sad. Did I miss something? Mushrooms are good for you. Well, even if they're stressing you out, I don't think they're good for you if they stress you out. I have to blow my nose. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna do that when we go into the sprint. Not a big fan of mushrooms as a food, but I'll eat them. The texture is the texture. I will actually projectile vomit. I'm not even kidding. If I feel the texture of certain foods in my mouth, I will just puke instantly. And whatever I was eating at the same time with it will be off the menu for at least a few years. Like to add jalapeno pepper slices to a frozen pizza. I could be convinced to do that. And I do sometimes add like spinach to it because I don't get enough greenies in my food. Um, I'm still adjusting to the fact that I am no longer able to give myself fresh veggies and stuff because I just well even before I decided that I don't want to go outside anymore. I was just starting to struggle with basic things because of my endometriosis. I think really when I had settled in here, I started to realize that I was throwing away a lot of food. I wasn't able to cook in time with the fresh stuff that I got in my home. So I've been having to adjust to canned food or jarred food and frozen foods. And I'm still not used to that. I don't know. It's they say it's better frozen foods because it gets flash frozen and it's generally better, but I don't know. I don't know. Wait, do you do your homegrown blue? Yeah, your own crew sliced and pickled. I'm so curious about your garden, Blue. I feel like you're growing everything. It's so amazing. There's a book in this box. What kind of box do you have with them? I find every book interesting. Texture too, Millie. Yeah, no, I just there's something about the texture of mushrooms, any kind of mushroom, really, and that's really a problem. Okay, okay, Danny, don't look at my weird thumbs. Actually, what was I saying? I'm sorry. I'm very slow. I hope I'll get a little bit faster. I'm a little bit of a diesel. Um, I'm gonna plan in some rest days the coming days. I wanted to do some filming, but I think I'm not gonna do that. Uh, I think when I said that I'll be picking up YouTube in July, it was a very accurate prediction. Uh, I mean, I've been filming B-roll stuff a little bit because I didn't have any for something I wanted to make for this week. I wanted to start making moments reels again because I really enjoy watching. Well, at the moment they kind of hurt because they feature a lot of outside stuff, but I really enjoyed the moments reels that I made at the end of the month because they're just kind of visual diaries, and I wish I had done that sooner. If you don't do that yourself, try it. It's really nice, and there's a lot of free programs that allow you to make just little reels. And it's a nice way to do some self reflection for one, but also just to hold memories. And I realized that since March, I really didn't make any of myself. Nothing. There's really no footage of me, which is probably why I'm so uncomfortable starting YouTube again. Even what the hell? Okay, did you hear that? Uh, which is why I'm probably so uncomfortable when I try to set up my stuff to film for YouTube. I feel so uncomfortable. And I had this in the beginning as well. Before I started at all, it looked like I was being held hostage. It kind of looks like that again. So I've just been practicing a little bit, um, without the pressure of it having to be good enough to put in a video. I'm just trying to get used to filming again. Frozen veggies make me eat so much healthier. My freezer's full of them. Very convenient to just add some of to a meal whenever you need it. Yeah, I don't know why I had such a resistance to it, Millie, but I guess it is intertwined with how I had built going to the grocery store as a sort of therapy to make sure that I would have interactions that are not entirely predictable on a semi-daily, if not daily basis. I really use going to the grocery store as well, exposure therapy. So I didn't lose a complete contact with society, and maybe that's why I had a lot of trouble switching to canned and frozen, because I felt like I needed to have some kind of daily interaction with strangers. Um, do you live on like a ranch or something, Blue? I feel like you have this huge secret green life that we know nothing about, and that's amazing. Keep the mystery, please. Don't listen to me. I don't need to know everything. I'm just curious. Like frozen vegetables, you look at the ingredients and it's just it lists just vegetables. If you want to add anything, you can. You're not held hostage to what the processor adds to the get. This is true, Blue. Yeah, this is true. I've been doing better. I'm discovering more things. I don't know. I just had a lot of routine wrapped up in getting fresh foods as well. So maybe that is what is keeping me back, or kept me back. It's no longer a problem. Trust me, it's no longer a problem. I don't care. Never mind. Using getting groceries for that purpose. Yeah. A lot of people do. I learned this when I worked as a checkout girl. A lot of old people came just to have a chat. Now, I didn't necessarily want to have a chat, but it was more like I am afraid that I'm going to sink underneath my autism too much and will no longer be able to communicate with neurotypical people in particular. And the ironic and really confronting thing about not going outside every day anymore is that I'm learning that a lot of people enjoy my silly autistic me a lot more, and if they don't, turns out that I actually don't want to hang out with them anyway, or be in contact with them anyway, because I need to make myself smaller, and they're not meeting me halfway. So it's a bit sad that I wasn't helped with that sooner. But I hope you know that being yourself is often much more preferable than trying to put yourself in a shape that lets other people like you better. If they don't like you the way you are, then maybe you don't want to hang out with them, and that doesn't have to be a bad thing. You just don't vibe with each other. Like Krish, what the hell is that? Oh my god, I love it. What the hell is it? Hi Riku, I love that one too. Oh no, I'm not gonna be able to make those. I wasn't gonna make those emotes. I think I have to postpone. I'm gonna postpone because I'm insecure now. I've noticed some people simply start filming YouTube videos and stream and then edit everything in post. Well, I know that I've made and will continue to make a lot of videos here because genuinely the lighting is just easiest here. When I go to I have a video in that corner over there. Uh, oh, okay. Uh, I got an email this morning that there has been a leak, a security leak, or some kind of attack by HP. No, I know HP sucks, so most people won't have anything to do with them, but I do. I did at least, and I've been informed that they had trouble with their security system. I haven't looked into it yet because I had no energy, but I should say that probably. Um, I have to be careful with my environment, Toby, and I don't think it would work on stream for me. Would it? No, it's okay. I've been through this before. I just practice being in front of a camera, and I have to accept that maybe I'm just not able to be as happy as I was before. Audio for a book review, Jerry. I'd be more than happy to create a cartoon. Would love the book review. Well, I don't really do reviews, Garfield. That's my saving grace. I don't really do reviews. I just talk. I just talk. You can review yourself. You be careful out there, Skull Chat. We are going into a sprint, and I will be reading. Hopefully, a lot more than I did yesterday. I think I need to drink a little bit more coffee, though. I do need it. Clearly, I'm very slow today. I'm so sorry. All right, let's get to it. I will be muting myself so you can try and focus as well. I will be reading Hazelthorn by Seiji Drews, which I'm enjoying quite a lot. But if you just want to hang out in chat, that is good too. As long as you're not hurting yourself or others, it's all good. But yeah, let's try to get some things done, which includes staying alive. So whatever it is that you do, you're going to do absolutely fine. I promise. So good luck, and I will see you in half an hour. Last minute. Interesting. Welcome back. How are we doing? We are taking a 10-minute break and then we will go into another sprint before we go into about an hour. How are you feeling? The last sentence I read was that Evander, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, Evander screams. Someone says hi and he screams. So, that's I don't know who it is though, and it's a bit of a cliffhanger. I don't like that. Hello, Blokka and Timothy. How are we doing? This definitely not chaos. Hoi hoi. Netherlands? Or am I just assuming? The alarm confused me. At least not a jump scare. Okay, good. Really, because the main protagonist of this story certainly got a scare. I'm a bit confused. He had a very interesting response to finding out that there's a hair very deep in my nose, and I forgot to blow my nose because I'm kind of excited about this. It's such a mystery. I don't understand what's happening. But I think it said magic, something with magic, right? I mean, the way the guy died. Evander? Evander. Evander. What name was it in the Lion Woman of Tehran? I almost finished The Lion Woman of Tehran, and I recommend you read it. I don't think it's going to end too bad, in case you're worried about that, because it's about a woman in Iran between 1970 and then you jump to the future at the end. But I couldn't finish it last night because I was too tired. Hello, can we just go? It was such a weird name in here that made me stumble every single time as well, and I just don't know. Evander, but that is also a name that I've never heard before. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I never even saw. Thank you, Krish. I'm only Dutch on paper. Oh, okay. Well, that is so funny that you still say hoi hoi. Welcome in. How are you doing? Thank you, Blokka. Mixed feelings, mixed feelings. I like it, but I wish it would just turn white. I feel so teased. Every single day. Time for me to go have a beautiful day. You do that. I'm off to work. I just wanted to stop by and say hi. Thank you so much for dropping by. Please be careful and drink water. I don't know if you have sun today, but also wear sunscreen. I should have added that to my. Yeah, you comfy? Speaking of teasing, Toos just rolled over onto her back, so she lies belly up. You would think that she wants a belly rub, but no, she's an excellent teacher of consent by doing that, because no, that does not mean that she wants a belly rub. Trust me, I tried. Mike Tyson took a bite out of Evander Holyfield's ear. What are you saying, Millie? I don't know who that is. Who is that? Should I know? I know who Mike Tyson is, but let me see. I want a face. He competed between 84 and 2011. That's a long time, isn't it? I feel that's a long time. I don't think I've heard of his name before. Oh, he has 11 children. I'm not gonna look into that. But if that's with the same woman, dear Lord, you are fertile. Oh no, that's given the fact that I'm uncomfortable with my uterus at the moment because of endometriosis. I cannot think of that. That's a lot of kids. Jeez. It was a famous incident, but I really have never watched TV that much. I wasn't. I was really sheltered, not because of safety, but because I just wasn't allowed. I wasn't allowed anything. So I grew up with really silly music because I wasn't allowed to have music. Wasn't allowed to have books. Ah, I'm going insane. I might need to blow my nose in a little bit because it's really not good. Just wanted to say hi. Well, thank you for dropping by, Chaos. I don't know if him because of that incident. I don't know anything else. Wait. Stop. 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 Oh, it became so itchy suddenly. I think I moved it. Why am I trying to find a picture? Oh my god! Ew! Wait, why didn't I've never heard of this. I'm pretty sure. Or my brain just decided to delete it. That's possible because it could be experienced as slightly traumatic. My brain does that sometimes. Just deletes things. You saw the ear? I'm curious, okay? I couldn't help it. I don't know. Honestly, that is interesting. It is an icebreaker to say, you see my ear? Guess who did that? I wouldn't have been able to guess it. It would have been a great icebreaker for me. Oh, why? I don't want to say that word at the moment. I'm gonna be traumatizing myself with that book. I can feel it already. Oh gosh, it's supposed to come in tomorrow, and I'll let you know on Instagram when it does, if it does, when it does. I don't believe it when it says tomorrow. Are you okay? Tushy is also not feeling great. It's in the air. I feel like it's a little bit in the air. Maybe as much as I love the fact that it's not 35 degrees anymore. The switching from this temperature, like around 20, 23, to plus 30 to back to this again is, I think, a bit stressful for your body. I think our bodies are not made for such um, extreme whiplashes in weather. Um, at least not when it comes to heat waves that last longer for than like two days or so. It was just long enough for your body to get used to the heat, and now suddenly it's cold again. And I think we maybe feel it, even if you do enjoy the rain, because it seems to be the general mood. People are struggling a little bit, so please remember to be kind to yourself. If you have candles, I recommend you light them. If you are at home or when you get home, light some candles, eat something nice, and be extra kind to yourself. Try to do the things that you would do for a loved one. So for tonight, for example, I have planned in after my first sleep to have a little bit of a spa moment. I'll give myself a mask, a face mask. I put my feet in a hot water with salt and oil. I don't know which one yet. Probably a lavender, or I think a lavender. And then you have a fancy hair mask that I'm gonna do, and I'm just gonna have a nice evening. No mental health pizza today though, because I made dinner yesterday. Easy stir fry. So I'll just boil some rice. New acronym I learned. Oh, something my uterus. Something. Oh, you know what? The word twitch is actually not one of my favorite words. I don't like the word twitch, as in normal use. Don't ask. Don't ask wisdom. It's a long story. It's not, but I don't want to get into it. It has to do with silk boxers, okay? Was it Mike Tyson who did that? You say what? Well, exactly. I would have been like, what? I swear, I am so unfamiliar with most people. I am surprisingly up to date on internet lore, but that's just because I have people in the background who sometimes talk about internet lore. But most people, I have no clue who they are. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I would offend a lot of people who are considered famous because I just don't know. I don't know. And I mean, I love it for you if you're successful and stuff. But I don't know. I take value from people not just because of their materialistic accomplishments, but whether they have a kind heart. That's a lot more important to me. Hi, Throat. Thank you so much for the follow. I see what you did there. We are going into a sprint though. So in the next 30 minutes, I will be muting myself so you can enjoy your own music, or maybe you need some silence. And I will be reading Hazelthorn by C.J. Drews. I am really liking it so far. It's a bit confusing, but there's mystery and there's, I think it's magical realism, and there's a house that is overgrown with suspicious plants. I just found, well, not me, but Evander just found a diary in a sack of soil. So we're gonna see what is happening. Lavender oil is Epsom salt is also great. Yeah, exactly that. I try to do that once a week. I have a little mini spa moment for myself. And if you have some decent things, just a face mask, it can do wonders. Just give yourself a little bit of extra attention, is what I'm saying. But I need to stop yapping now. I am going to make some tea, I think. Yes. I get some reading done. So I'll see you in 30 minutes. Don't you worry. I keep an eye on chat a little bit as well. But I'm trying to get some pages in today. Let me know what you're up to. Keep each other company in chat. And good luck. Last minute. This is such an interesting book. How are we doing? We're taking a 10-minute break and then it's time for a power hour. So get ready. Hi Gnarly, how are you today? And hello Phil, how are you? Good afternoon, Chungus. Um, yeah, I have to hold on because I have to say that this is an easy read. It's creepy, sure, but the banter in between is really funny. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm really falling into the story of the moment I start reading. I'm just in there, and that's it doesn't happen always. Not really a lot actually. Um, Maybe it's the contrast because there's shit happening. Like someone died. I'm reading Hazelthorn by C.J. Drews, who also wrote Don't Let the Forest In. So there's definitely a theme here. And I think there's a bit of a Rose Red feeling in there. Um, well, not even early. It's just so sudden. Like they're talking. So there's two boys, two 70-year-old boys, and one of them is a bit messed up because the other one apparently tried to kill him when they were like 10, which is very intense. But somehow the boy who was almost killed is the one who has been locked up in his room for 7 years, and the other boy has been on in boarding school, I guess. And the reason they are both being taken care of or under the guardianship of the grandfather of the supposed almost killer child is because all the parents died. All the parents of both the boys died, and I'm assuming that they were either friends or maybe distant family. So they were both under the guardianship of the grandfather, who has just died, and the grandfather was a billionaire, but he didn't leave the money and the Hazelthorn estate to his actual grandson, but to the other boy, who I guess isn't the grandson. So they just found out about that, and that boy, Laurie, is the one who didn't get the billion. Just found out that he's basically left destitute, and we don't know why. We could assume that it's because he almost murdered another kid, but then why are they still in the same estate? Why was there nothing in the will about that? Why is he just left hanging? Because as a 17-year-old, the main character, Evander, Evander, is not allowed to actually do anything with the money yet. They need a guardian. But they've just been left alone for the night, both of them, in the estate, even though one of them tried to kill the other when they were 10. So they're not supposed to be left alone at all. And just in the middle of that, someone flings pizzas in the oven, like they're throwing discs, and they just move on. And it's just so frozen pizza, just just the image that I get from it is just what. Pizza, yes, frozen pizza. I don't know what kind, just frozen pizza, and it was just yeeted. I've had a few moments like that before, like it's just so it's random, and I love it. I love it. I'm like I said, I fall into this immediately, and I need a moment to get out of it again. to speak to you. It's what does a Goodreads say? It's not nonfiction. It's definitely fiction. Hazelthorn. Because the dude the dude horror, fantasy, young adult, gothic, queer, LGBTQ plus fiction, mystery, romance, audiobook are all the tags on Goodreads. It has a 4.21, in case that matters to you, over 18,000 plus ratings. And it was a nominee for the Reader's Favorite Young Adult Fantasy and Sci-Fi for last year. Yidza! Yes, it's Yidza. But he doesn't mention it at all anymore. I love that. That's amazing. Why? I said it yesterday. I think this is a great author already. I think what I've gleaned so far of choice of words, cadence, um, just general setup of how the story is told feels experienced is a word that I'm gonna use here, because I do feel like there's a lot of contemporary books that read as if it's a debut, and you find that it's not necessarily a debut. But unfortunately, as much as I love the whole book talk world, it has put a lot of pressure on authors that have been published to now publish a book every 3 months, which is impossible. Please just do what Donna Tartt has done, which is take your freaking time, do research, but money. And if you sign a contract, you have no choice. So I feel like a lot of books that are released these days, especially when they follow each other up too quickly, there's just something missing. And I do feel like this author has the it factor when it comes to that. But I don't know, I'm really just starting. I'm on page 60, so I'm doing a little bit better than yesterday. I'm also trying a little harder, which is good. Right, Lulu? How are you doing? I'm on PC, just got off the phone with the cousin. How is the tennis going? Are you enjoying yourself? Have I read any Lovecraft? I have not, Chaos. I want to though. I know that I'll be very scared though, because I've learned that I have a very intense fear of deep ocean. And as far as I know, Lovecraft loves deep ocean animals. Animals? Creatures? Monsters? Animals. Limar Jadans. Limar? Limar? Can I just call you Limar? You're on your second account, and thank you so much for your follow. Welcome in. Just a little. just a little. I'm not sure. I'm stable enough for that at the moment. But yeah, Cthulhu. I love the word Cthulhu, but I don't like the actual monster. Not a fan. Not a fan. And the thing is, I used to, as a kid, I was a huge fan of The Little Mermaid, and I desperately wanted to be the Little Mermaid. I would practice in summer when we went swimming in open waters. I would not in swimming pools. We went to open waters. I would pretend to be a mermaid and stay underwater as long as I could and scare the living hell out of the adults around me, because where the fuck are you going? I'm practicing to be a mermaid. And then I realized as an adult that I am actually terrified of deep ocean. Actually excruciatingly terrified of deep ocean. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yes, I could be. I mean, if you're talking about a mermaid, I could be. A lake mermaid. Don't they have different names though? Wait, that doesn't make sense. Winston, what are you seeing? What are you seeing? Don't do that. Swimming, I loved. You don't love it anymore? I would love to go swimming at some point again, but I don't want to see people. So it's a bit of a struggle. I haven't swum in a long time. I can't remember the last time I went swimming. Oh, I hear it now. What is that, Winston? What is it? What is it? I don't see it. You keep an eye on it. Yeah. I'll go back. I'll go back to stream. Is that okay? Oh, sorry. He sits so prettily. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm almost done. Chuggers! Swimming is nice. The only form of cardio I enjoy. Swimming is great for your well, to build muscle, to take the pressure off your body. On ground mermaid, can you imagine me flopping around? No, doesn't work like that. I wanted to be a mermaid, like an actual deep ocean mermaid, so bad, but I couldn't. I couldn't. It's terrifying there. There are horrible movies where I always found myself holding my breath underwater. Unfortunately, when the actor gets stuck and they're like, me too, gnarly! I did that too! It kind of broke the illusion as well. Lovecraft. Oh, Lovecraft stories, but yes, you could be a freshwater mermaid. Lady of the Lake. Oh, Lady of the Lake. Yes. That one. I want to be that one, guys. That's a good one. I'll get on it. Is gentle on the joints. That is what I wanted to say. Good for chunkas. Swimming is just nice as well. It's just nice, but yeah, it could be a great workout. I highly recommend. It's fun. It's good for you. Plus, your nervous system responds in a certain way to water, just in general. I've heard. I don't know the details. I don't remember. I'll stick to running. Oh, I miss running. I really miss. I miss running, but I can't. I can't anymore. I don't go outside. All right, let's get to it. I'm making progress. I have hope for the future, and we're going to try and practice flow. No, we're gonna do it. We're not. No trying. We're just gonna do it. All right. Whether you're successful or not is not the point. We are doing it. And what do I mean with that? We are practicing getting to starting a task, because the actual flow part will come on its own. It will just happen. You'll see. The hardest part is usually just show up, which is what we're going to do right now. So I will be muting it myself so you can turn on your own music or listen to the silence, whatever it is. Some screaming in your head. Also lovely. I will be quiet for now. Unlike next week, more on that later. But for now, good luck, and I'll see you in an hour. Last minute. A little less. How did it go? Uh, so what to say? What to say? I need a moment to get back to reality because this is an experience, Lulu. It's an experience. You're doing great, by the way. How do you feel about having your little slice of paradise all to yourself in a little bit? Thank you so much for the follow, patient. How are you doing? Did you start your book? Hey, hold on. Hello. No. Winston woke up and chose violence, so that's great. I would rather not he do that right now. I luckily won't be alone. Max, Rose's other partner in her poly relationships, will be here to help me with stuff. Oh, that's good. That's good. What is happening? Oh, here. Do this. What is happening? Winston! Hold on. Is there something there? I'm not sure what's happening, but he has been a bit skittish today. Before stream, he had a minor, a little panic attack because he got scared by Tusha, my other cat. Accidentally, she didn't do it on purpose. She just appeared, and he didn't realize that she was there, so he got scared. And he just woke up, and I think he's just a bit on edge. It's almost nap time as well, so I don't blame him. But he can't bother Tusha. He can't take it out on my other cat. The cartoon color. Yes, it's a magic trick. They do that. Yeah, because they're a boy and a girl. Oh, and also, hi, Leah. Thank you so much for the follow. And Evan, is it Evan? I forgot. Evangelux? Can I just say Evan, or do you want me to say everything? Thank you so much for the bits. How are we doing? Uh, what's happening? Should I just turn it off if no one is doing anything with it? Because it's distracting my brain. I accidentally activated a robot, a laser. She was looking at it, but she doesn't do anything. Anyway, I think he's better now. I don't know what that was. It was weird. He had a full skunk tail and everything, and Tuz is just sitting like, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. In case you don't know, Toulouse is a bit weird, but like in a adorable way. I highly suspect that she is just as autistic as I am. And Winston is orange, so that's all you need to know. How did it go? I think I did great. I started on page 35, and I am now on page 85. That's more than I read yesterday. I do think that next week, because I won't be muting myself, I won't have to put away my book if I want to respond to people in chat. I think that will save me some time, so I might actually be a little bit more productive. It's gonna be a challenge for me mentally, because when in focus, I need to focus. I want to model the right behavior, whether you are reading a book or doing something else, doesn't really matter. But I do want to be productive. So that is the biggest challenge for me next week. Let me put it away because it's stuck. Well, put it here, I mean, so it can move again. There you go. Ooh, get it. Oh, touche. Yeah, go here, Winston. She wants to play, but not like violently. She just That's adorable. This could be fire. Uh-oh. What are you sending? I'm afraid you have to do it in the Discord because I have turned. Hello? I literally almost fell down. I think it's time to go. I don't know what's wrong with the kitties, but I don't like this. Hi Kay, how are you doing? No, yeah, the links are turned off. I'm so sorry because I had a few bad experiences with people in the beginning, so I had to limit that. Next week we're doing a readathon, and in short, it's to celebrate the community because I have never done that before, and also it's been 6 years that I have been on Twitch on and off. And I think it's time to actually celebrate, and get over the fact that I don't like putting myself in the spotlight that way. I think it's high time that we do some exposure therapy when it comes to that. So hopefully tomorrow, the book will come in. So I am not a fan of explicit smut. I think it's not necessary to have that in every book, which is my main quote unquote problem. Like I have no problem with smut, like or that genre. It's just that in every contemporary book these days, it is such a unexpected experience for me to have that in every book. Basically, I don't like it. I like yearning and I like romance and I like that, but I just don't need explicit anything. That's not my thing. So because of that, I have decided to read Icebreaker for the readathon. Why? For one, because I get uncomfortable. That's going to be funny for you and also for me. Don't get me wrong. I do this out of my own volition. No one is forcing me. But also, I know that it was a controversial book because of the cover, and I'm not sure if it started the conversation, but it sure got the conversation about the covers and spice and why there should be some kind of warning on books, or at the very least, don't make a book that is pretty intensely explicit, as far as I understand. I haven't read it yet. Have it a cover. Give it a cover with pastel, poppy, comic book style, cute art. Because a lot of parents have bought the Icebreaker books for their preteen kids or daughters in specific, which is not what you want. You don't want to give a very intense smut book to your preteen daughter without knowing what. No. So This is why I already wanted to read that book at some point in my life. I used to be a librarian, and I am of the opinion that I am not allowed an opinion on something that I am not informed on. If my opinion is built on the opinions of other people, that's not really an opinion. You're being a parrot. You're just repeating something that someone else has told you to feel, say, think. I don't subscribe to that. I will either hold off on a full opinion or do the research. So I thought this is just gonna, have all the things in one. So starting next Monday, we are doing our first, which is hopefully going to be an annual readathon to celebrate the community, to celebrate being on Twitch, and have some fun. And this year it's gonna be smart. It's gonna be smart. Now there are some guidelines. I'm not gonna stream for more hours a day. I'm chronically ill. I won't survive. But the thing that makes the readathon sort of special is that I won't be muting myself during the focus time sprints, the power hours, and I will continue streaming every day until I have finished the book, instead of just the 4 days in the week. That's it. Starting next week, next Monday, I will close chat for people who are new to the channel for the duration of the focus part. Speaking of which, and at the end of the stream, I will open up chat again for everyone. But this is because for some reason, I don't know why, sometimes there are people, men and women, who find it necessary to push buttons, especially when it comes to smut. As if porn is something new, and if smut is something so extremely novel. No, it isn't. But it isn't. Is for some people, it's a bit of an invitation to be crude and basically harass someone. Just because we are talking about smut doesn't mean that you have to be a dick about it, right? So to protect myself. Because again, I am not actually. I will probably skip the actually explicit things. I don't like that. It's really like, if that's your thing, that's your thing. But I personally just get highly uncomfortable with it. It's probably something to do with autism as well. I don't need the details. Okay, it makes me so uncomfortable. But still, I want to protect you from people being trying to trigger some kind of response, and also myself. It has to be fun, and it's a community-based something. So to make it more enticing, you can also get a badge if you spend time in chat. I think it's going to be 4 hours, even though I'm assuming that I'm going to be streaming every day for quite a bit. You can. I found out about this new thing. If you have a community something, you can earn a badge. I'll skip the entire novel. Wait, what do you mean? If from the book wasn't specified. I mean, technically, if you know what you're doing, the icebreaker books. If you read what, well, no, actually, it doesn't really say. Let's see. Let's see. You can take a look yourself. You read several fantasy novels. It seems like it's become a bit of it feels like new authors feel like it's a must, but I don't agree. I've read a few books that were written by Asian authors who, it seems to me so far, and I haven't read an awful lot, so I can't actually give an opinion yet, but it seems to me that Asian authors do the yearning extremely well. And I think it was, which one was it? Was it the Elsewhere Express? Or oh, I forget the second book of the Daughter of the Moon Goddess. The smuttiest thing that happens is literally a kiss on the cheek, and but the way it is done, the building of the tension and the yearning makes it so much more intimate than redacted. it's I like that better. All right, but because books are my life, and I do want to be able to talk about an event like release like icebreakers, because it really was a thing. A lot of parents got really upset that they didn't do their own research in the gifts that they got their daughters, but because I haven't read them, I can't really participate in those conversations because I don't know. For all I know, it wasn't as bad. I still think that icebreakers, because it includes smut to begin with, it shouldn't have been sold to preteens at all. I don't think I don't think that's okay personally, but that's just my opinion. But I remember when I read the 50 Shades of Grey books, at least the first two, 1.5, because I don't think I finished the second book either. I did that because I worked at the library and I couldn't talk about the books. I could only parrot things that I had heard from other people. And then I read them and I was like, this is really not that. I was expecting a whole lot worse, and this is not that bad. Especially given what is being released these days. The 50 Shades were really mellow. So if you like smut, I think you'll like Icebreaker. I think you'll like Icebreaker. Also, if you like cozy as well, I would recommend this one. I didn't like the smut. I loved everything except the smut. I loved the rest of it. Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I know it says spice in the title. Don't. I am innocent. Okay. I never expect any smut, so I'm always smacked in the face with D for out of nowhere, always unwanted. So, which is you get my point, right? So I'm excited for it. It is actually research, Millie, which is it's funny because it is. It is. Did I thank you for the follow? Okay, I don't think I did. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Sorry, you're Norwegian? Oh, hello. Nice to meet you. And I don't know any Norwegian. I know a little bit of Swedish, but I think there's some. Anyway, smut is basically explicit content. It's basically porn, but in book form, which has been around forever. It's just that because smut has become a gateway, and not even smut actually. It's just romance. Romance books have become the gateway drug to literature for a lot of women in particular in the last say 5 to 7 years because of TikTok, BookTok. And romance. I mean, that was what I read as a teenager as well. I read all the Nicholas Sparks books, and it's become a gateway drug for other more intense books. But because the current state of affairs, and it's always been like this, but women reading is dangerous to society. So it's being belittled. It's being mocked. And that's not my intention at all. It's just not my thing. Just like some people don't like, say, I don't freaking know, futuristic things. I just don't need it to be explicit. I don't know. I don't know, patience. That's my problem. I don't know. But I know that it's people make a lot of fun of the smut thing, but it's a lot of romance as well. It's not just the explicit things. It's just over. I don't know the word. I wanted to say something Dutch. Hi, son. Pumpkin Spice Cafe it was really cute. It's just that it got too intense and too explicit for me, and I had to skip. I can't do it anymore. I used to force myself through it, which sounds horrible. But I did a little bit, just because I feel like, what if I miss something important? But I've learned now that no important things are said during a sex scene, so I just skip it. It's fine. Like that doesn't mean um, smut is porn. It's not porn. It's romance. It's not romance. It's cool. Well, I just want to make sure that for those who don't read or have a certain opinion about smut, that it's just a word that is popular. Um, no, the Asian books would not be smut though. It's just yearning. I prefer yearning. Icebreakers is just a book that was very controversial, and I feel like as a librarian, I need to read something before I can actually say have an opinion on it and recommend people or not. Hi, Adam. Who is a good romantic writer modern? Well, I'm still working myself into contemporary books. I am not very versed on new releases. I'm trying to be better at it, but I am learning that when it comes to contemporary, I first of all I prefer Asian authors. Um, and I like magical realism a lot. The newest release that was just released yesterday is by that I was looking forward to, at least, by Catherine Arden, is The Unicorn Hunters. And I don't know what's wrong, but my copy is not yet here, and I am angry because it was supposed to be here today, yesterday, and it's not coming today. Wait, what? Okay, so Twitch is really messing, because that's really not supposed to happen. Uh, yeah, yeah, Lulu, I agree with Lulu as well. Like, it's just not necessary for every book, right? Fade to Black is fine as well. And I'm looking forward to reading Icebreakers, because it's going to be interesting to talk about certain things, about the level of intensity, language use. I want to do a little bit of research on when the statements were made, because the statements were made by the author about, well, this isn't for kids, so why are kids reading it? Like, it's a lot more serious secretly than it seems on the surface. My choice to read Icebreaker. The other options that I had come up with when it for just a smut category was Unhinged by Farah Valentine, but that was only 80 pages, and I felt like that was a bit of a cheat to have it read it on with a book that is only 80 pages. That's silly. That's 2 days, if that. And what was the other option that I had written down? Oh, Sky Daddy. Sky Daddy. I have no clue what that is about, but I think it was about a woman falling in love with an airplane, and Unhinged is about a woman falling in love with a door. So I'm not sure what is happening with authors, but I think it's funny, and I do want to read those, both of those, at some point. If I want to smart, yeah, exactly, Lulu. I search for specific books that have it, not run into it in fantasy stories. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Lulu. I feel like especially. Let me read. So Icebreaker on Goodreads, it says Anastasia Allen has worked her entire life for a shot at Team USA. It looks like everything is going according to plan when she gets a full scholarship to the University of California, Maple Hills, and lands a place on their competitive figure skating team. This is actually, I just now clocked that it takes place in California, but it's about um, ice skating and ice hockey. That's such an interesting juxtaposition. Nothing will stand in her way, not even the captain of the hockey team, Nate Hawkins. Nate's focus as team captain is on keeping his team on the ice, which is tricky when a facility mishap means they are forced to share a rink with the figure skating team, including Anastasia, who clearly can't stand him. But when Anastasia's skating partner faces an uncertain future, she may have to look to Nate to take a shot, to take her shot. Sparks fly, but Anastasia isn't worried because she could never like a hockey player, right? That is what it says, probably also on the back of the book. That doesn't tell you anything. If you're a parent who isn't necessarily interested in reading, but you want to encourage your daughter, in this case probably in its, if you want to encourage your kids to read, you come across this, you look at the cover, it's cute, it's pastel, icebreaker. If you're just not thinking of smut, which most people won't, like I still get surprised by explicit scenes in books. It's just not something that I'm used to. I mean, I'm reading Wheel of Time at the moment. I don't think there's I mean, there's romance, sure, but this one at some point I was like, what? It's so cozy until it's not. And then, if you don't know and you just see Icebreaker and you see it, especially because it was also highly featured in bookstores, you may not realize that it's spicy as fuck. So parents bought this for their preteens, and it wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. Is there a line crossed between a story about romantic relations and one about kings and really sexual? Are you talking about Unhinged and Sky Daddy, Adam? Because I don't know. I haven't read them yet. I know about Vera Valentine, who wrote Unhinged, that she is just absurd. It's not even smut anymore. It's I read Squeak, which is a balloon verse spicy book, and it was so ridiculously over the top that it was comedy. It was just comedy. I laughed so loud in the middle of the night because it's ridiculous. Okay, it's not even smut anymore. So when it comes to Unhinged, I think that will be funny as well. Sky Daddy, I don't know. Goodreads gave it to me, and I just wrote it down. Um, I don't know who wrote Sky Daddy either, Lulu. So I don't know. Play the doors on Ancient Plain Daddy, my lord. I have a lot to read. Yeah, yeah. For someone who doesn't enjoy smut, I am aware of a lot of smut. That is something I should probably consider. A pumpkin spice cafe better what? It gives Gilmore Girls. It feels like Gilmore Girls, which is probably why it was so upsetting to me, because I truly I went into it feeling Gilmore Girls vibes, which is so wholesome, and this way it wasn't wholesome at all. I mean, I was just asking about the morality of it, of smut. I mean, as long as it's consensual, I guess. And what is or isn't romantic is completely subjective, is the right word here, right? Subjective. So I don't know. I don't know. I can tell you that if explicit content meets animals, like actual animals, I don't agree. I don't agree with that. That is from a hard line for me. Hello, Made in Germany. Who is Sky Daddy? I don't know. It's a book that was recommended in a list on Goodreads. So you'll have to ask Goodreads. I have no clue. Thank you for the follow, Milan. Is it okay if I just say Milan? Welcome in. No, I came across that in Vert. That was a scene that was highly upsetting, and it wasn't romance though. But it was just a dog was included in a scene where I no, no. Uh, there's no such thing, Germany. There's no such thing as too many questions. Unfortunately, I do have to go now though. I have to go lie down and take a nap and prepare for next week. Um, Hi, Wallace. Well, in Vert by Jeff Noon, there is a scene where a dog is used as an object, but genitalia are touched. And it's suggested that the dog likes it. And nothing about the entire book or story or world justified that scene. Nothing. Really. I can promise you. So I do need to read the rest of the series because it's a series. Because again, I can't say did the author that for shock factor, or is there just a kink in their brain and should someone look at their computer? You know what I mean? Maybe that was just something a very poor choice, very poor choice. Can't say, but I do know now that I can warn people. If you want to read Vert by Jeff Noon, just know that the species that there's dogs in this world, um, and there's one specific scene where an actual dog, so not a dog humanoid creature, no, an actual dog is used in a scene in a sexual way, and I just it wasn't necessary. It was just completely unnecessary. Even if it was done for shock factor value, I don't think it was. No, just no. But now I do have that in, I mean, now I do have that in my brain, so I can warn other people, which is why I don't mind putting myself through a book that may be controversial, so I can actually have an informed opinion and not just parrot something that someone else said. Because for all I know, the person who gave me an opinion about a controversial book has a bias or a trauma or something that compounds their experience of a story, right? But we'll. No, I mean, I don't recommend. I don't recommend that book. It's really unnecessary. I mean, it's a shame because technically, the world is technically very interesting, and it could have been a great conversation starter. But that scene, that sequence, really alone ruined it. It ruined the entire story. It ruined the world, and it's done. But for research purposes, I will at some point continue the series to see whether I have an opinion on the author or just that specific book. But not now. Some lines should never be crossed. No, I agree. I agree. So we'll see what Icebreaker has in store for us next week. But for now, this is going to be it. Thank you so much for being here. Let's take a sip of water before we go. Look at the schedule, see what it means. Then I'll be back on Sunday. On Sunday, we'll talk a little bit more about the readathon, the brackets that I put it in, and kind of the guidelines. Hopefully, I'll also have the book. I mean, freaking Chung has had problems as well, right? Maybe it's not just me. Maybe it's just in the air. Thank you, Billy. I will. I love you. Please be nice. Try to be kind, especially to yourself. Remember that you are important. It doesn't matter whether you believe it or not. You are. So, be careful out there, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye-bye.